We're live here. I'm Zach with Fifth Quarter College Football. Greg Peterson with Huskers Online. We're going to talk Huskers. We're going to try to. Another loss, 23-20. Greg, initial thoughts?
Geez, Zach. I mean, what what do Husker fans say? You left it all out there. I mean, there's so many opportunities that kind of laid by the wayside there. Kind of heartbreaking as that game goes down to you have it, you have it won, and then oh boy, you give it up and it goes into overtime, and uh, I, I'm at a loss for words with what I saw there going down the stretch. I mean, I think Nebraska did. I mean, they played a hell of a game, stayed right in there. But boy, what do you say about the end of that game? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there really is anything. 15 yards in the second half for Michigan State, 5 possessions, and they win the game because of a punt return, a ball not punted to the right side.
Yeah,
And, I listened to the post game, and Frost was talking about it, and it's just so bad because if you're angling a punt and you're a college punter, you just got to kick it somewhere over there.
uh, yeah. It's just unbelievable that you can allow that to happen and have a guy just return it down the sideline with nobody there on that side. I mean, just punt the ball down the middle of the field if you have to. Why are you trying to angle anything? I don't know. The kicking game, it just always seems to come up right now and bite you in the ass at every possible place that it can happen. I mean, Connor Culp actually is making field goals tonight and stuff, and you're thinking that things got fixed in the kicking game, but no. One play just turns that game completely on its head, and I don't know. I'm not. I seriously, I'm not very happy about going to work on Monday morning and going to the Monday press conference. Last thing I want to do right now, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I see a lot of people in the comments, and I mean they're basically saying the same thing you are. It's gonna be tough to go to work because it's gonna be the same press conference over and over. There's not much more you can say about these dumb mistakes that keep losing you games that you have won. That you like today is just a perfect example of a game that it could not have been more in your hands. It was over essentially with the
Yeah.
way that defense was playing.
Well, and we've seen. I mean, we know now that Nebraska has a real defense. Okay, this defense is going to keep you in any ball game. You saw it last week at Oklahoma. You saw it tonight. Two ranked opponents on the road that you actually had on the ropes, and stupid, dumb mistakes keep you from being able to seal the deal. So obviously, yeah, the defense is here. You don't need to talk to Eric Shenander coming up this week. Ask him about problems on defense. No, we know right now. Nebraska's defense is one of the top units in the country. I don't care statistically or what have you, but they're going to keep you in any kind of ball game. And if you get a little bit out of your offense like you did tonight, but then you piss it all away on stupid special teams plays, and I guess you get what you deserve. I don't know much more. What more can I say about it? I mean, two weeks in a row, your special teams let you down in big time games. That cost you points that come out in the end to bite you in the ass.
Yeah, and the worst part is it's something. It's not a few. It's not one mistake.
It's different, something different every week. That's the biggest pain in the butt about it.
Yeah, and it comes like you look at the Oklahoma game and it was kicking and it was a lot. It was several instances where it changed the whole game because they lost by 7. And today, it's 7 points. It should have been more, a 7-yard punt, and that we ended up blocking the field goal just because they couldn't get the snap right.
Yeah.
But it's something that's not a minor mistake that may have costed you that one game. It's happening over and over and over, and it's the same thing. It's the special teams, it's the offensive line. And yeah, I wanted to ask you your thoughts on what you think of this offensive line, because it seems like game to game they aren't getting any better.
That, I mean, Zach, seriously, that is the biggest question, because you've got an offensive line that you come into the season with, and you're very, very confident, and week in, week out, they keep letting you down a little bit. And how many times have we talked about finding an offensive identity, which is run the ball, and you need that offensive line to be that foundation of that. And every week that we've come into this, every week we come into this. I mean, it's like, all right, offensive line's young, but they're big, they're talented, and they're going to get the job done. But you know what? We're not seeing that progression out of the offensive line that we expected. And part of what I'm saying too is that we don't want. Why are we going to make excuses about it being, with their age and their inexperience? At some point here now, we've all played some college football here. We played 4 or 5 pretty meaningful games, and yeah, we need to see some progress. We need to see this offensive line need to physically take over games, because I don't care who you are or where you're watching it from. You got a big, massive bunch of guys on your offensive line, and sooner or later, you got to make that count. You need to start pushing guys around it and take over games. And we saw it a few times there. Like in the second half, Nebraska's, they're punching out 5 yards at a time on the ground, but then all of a sudden there's a stupid penalty or something that knocks you back and erases that progress that you just had. So, it's just bizarre what's going on right now, and you really want to see Nebraska take some steps forward, but I think we keep seeing them take a couple steps backwards on that offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, the pass blocking was the biggest thing today. That has seemed like it's been run blocking for the whole year. They have not been able to do their job run blocking, but it seems like, as you get into a little bit better competition these last 2 games, you've started to see the pass blocking mistakes. Martinez has got to keep that ball tucked away in the pocket because there's hands all over him, and it seems like countless times during that game where I know he made the big mistake on his fumble late in the game. He just held on to it too long, but that seemed like the one time he actually got time because he bought himself time, and it seems like he's doing 2 jobs out there. He's trying to read a defense, and he's trying to buy himself time.